My name is MUSICUNIGHT, and you're watching Music Unite.
All right, hey, this is Guillermo Yanez with Music United, and I'm sitting here with Chris Kill over at Bailey's on Central and Girard. Gentlemen, why don't you guys introduce yourselves and tell us what you do in the band?
Go ahead, Kurt.
Well, I'm Kurt Clark. I'm the bass player and background vocalist in the band.
My name's Chris Kill. I sing and play guitar.
Kurt Olsner, a.k.a. The Ols, drums.
It's his birthday today.
Right on, happy birthday, man. So the last time we ran into each other, we were over at Santa Fe Brewing Company, and we got to hear you guys play County Time. So what's going on these days with the Chris Kill band?
That was a fun day, yeah. That's the title, not the title track, the first track off the CD, and County Time. That's about I guess getting arrested when you cross the county line and writing a song about it. So most of those songs are real organic, and they're all about New Mexico and whatnot. We're going in the studio in the next couple weeks to do the follow-up album, and we're excited about that. Got some good ideas.
Right on. You know, one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about was the surprising sound that I got. You know, honestly, the Santa Fe Brewing Company was the first time I heard you. And you got this bluesy rock jam that it just kicks ass. I mean,
thanks, man.
And you guys got a lot of energy on stage. So tell me a little bit about where your sound came from. And
well, I like to keep it as raw as possible. I don't like to lose the sound in a lot of effects and whatnot. So a lot of it's pretty straightforward. If you see my pedal board, it's just like a tube screamer, a wah-wah, delay, and tuner, and that's about it, you know. A little flange for decoration. But I play a semi-hollow body, Guild, and that kind of gives it a fat sound, the DiMarzio pickups, and just bass and drums. We do some harmonies. The album's got a little bit more on it. We got some background singers and some keyboards to smooth it out a little bit. But live, you're gonna get a punch in the face, you know, just boom. So that's how we like it.
Well, yeah, and you spent some time in Texas and honing that kind of Stevie Ray Vaughan influence. And,
I like all that Texas sound, so I wanted to bring that over, and that's a big part of the sound as well.
And what about you? You're the drummer, and where do you get your influences from?
Oh gosh, I'm an old guy, so
Albums,
I grew
8
up
tracks.
with Led Zeppelin and Deep Purple and those influences, along with Stuart Copeland of the Police and that sort of background.
Yeah, because one of the things that I like about you guys is obviously you're a three-piece. I mean, and I think three-pieces always have a true sound. I mean, you know, because each person on the instrument has really got to bring it.
Yeah.
I mean, really, you got to be leading rhythm and everything, and the bass really has a bigger part to play in a three-piece band. So, tell me a little bit about your bass influences. And
well, my influence is a lot like the Ols. They're pretty much all over the place. I'm more of a jam band guy. You know, Grateful Dead, Widespread Panic. But, you know, I don't know if those really come into play in this band. You know, what we want as a rhythm section, the Ols and I have found what works most effectively to back up Chris is just a simple approach to everything. We kind of strip things back and try not to get too flashy with anything that's going to get in the way, and that's always worked pretty well as far as not stepping on the actual song and the songwriting, and it kind of ties things together, I feel like.
So do you guys all participate in the songwriting?
I'll bring them a demo. I'll bring them. I'll kind of get the nuts and bolts of the song and what I kind of want to bring. But it's just basically me and the acoustic guitar, and I'll burn that real quick on a CD and give these guys copies, and leave a lot of room for them to come up with their own stuff. You know, I kind of look forward to that.
So everybody has an input on how the song ultimately sounds and feels.
I think so.
We're all. Chris is real good about being open to an idea that I might have or that Kirk might have, and we'll play around with it, and either it works or eventually we'll give up on it. So, but I'm not gonna try to kid anybody and say that Kirk and I have a real participatory part in the actual songwriting, because ultimately it's Chris and usually him working stuff out with a guitar, putting it down on a CD, giving it to us, and it's kind of the basic aspects of the song, and then we all get together during practice, and the song evolves, and it usually evolves over over a period of time, which I think is fairly normal.
So how has the process been for this album that you guys are coming up?
I think we know what we're doing now. You know, I don't want to change too much from what we did the last couple of years with the first album, because it worked out really good. You know, you start hounding out a tune and you're just hitting a wall, you let it go for a while. You know, a few days, go back to it. You know.
We're getting a lot more used to playing with each other too, so it's a
so.
lot easier than. I think early on, of course, I think you go through the struggles that you go through with anybody when you first start to learn what they're all about and what their approaches are and stuff. But I think at this point, we're getting a good feel for what I can expect out of Kirk, what Kirk can expect out of me, what we can expect out of Chris. And so that song evolution aspect is going
deep.
a lot quicker.
Getting
right?
deep
Yeah, it
over
does
here.
move along a little faster than
Yeah,
you
it's moving along a little quicker, which is nice.
Yeah.
Which is why we're able to go in the studio so soon again.
You know, one of the things that we like to talk about on Music Unite is what we get a lot of is young bands that really want to start breaking into the business, whether it's forming a band or going out and start booking gigs. So I always like to ask the professional bands, you know, like you guys, when you guys bring a show, I mean, you bring a show, I love to go see you guys play. It's high energy.
Thanks, man.
But so what advice would you give to the youngsters starting out there about what they need to do to hustle and get their music out there?
Well, I'd have to say that, you know, you got to wear a lot of hats, you know. You got to be the artist and the business guy. You got to be the creator and the, you know.
I thought you literally were talking about wearing a lot of hats.
Yeah, and you got to wear a lot of hats. And there's that, too. You got to wear a lot of hats, man.
I see a lot of really good musicians that just kind of give up, and there's a lot of personality conflicts and egos to deal with, and it's real easy to get frustrated and give up. And I think the guys that ultimately end up playing in a band and working, you know, in this town anyway, they manage to put up with the bullshit and persevere. And I think perseverance is a big part of it. Because I see some phenomenal musicians that don't play,
Right?
and they just
And
get
we
burned
have
out.
fun, too. I think you find a couple guys that you can, you know, tolerate. and because you're gonna be with each other for a
That's
while.
always one of the hardest aspects
I
of
think
the
so,
band
too.
is band members getting along with each other and being able to tolerate each other and being able to give and take when it's appropriate.
So keep the band small.
And that's always a personality conflict that most of the time that ends the band.
Yeah, a lot of times because Oles is kind of the most anal, I'd say, in the band, you know, with his Navy SEAL background. Kirk's the hippie, you know. So I love the way these two, you know, kind of work off each other, and I just hang out in the middle, and I'm like, this is awesome. So I get the best of both worlds, you know.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. I got some good guys.
So it's my opinion everybody should go see you guys. So you were telling me
Thanks,
that you
man.
guys play at the Gecko.
We have a regular gig. It's like a paid rehearsal, really. It's first Wednesday of every month at Gecko's Academy, and you never know what you're going to get. It's kind of our way of just hashing out some new stuff and having fun. And
Good jam session.
a good jam stuff. We also people sit in and have fun there. So that's the first Wednesday of every month there.
And you usually catch us pretty regularly at it, maybe every other month at Roots Acoustics Casino, Monte Vista Fire Station, Los Spirits. We've been kind of rotating through those four more frequently lately.
I don't know about you, but Low Spirits has become one of my favorite bands.
Isn't it a
Me
cool
too,
place?
man. I love
it's a
Los
cool
Spirits.
place, man, to go play and see a band for sure.
Remember I said that, Joe Anderson.
What's up, Joe?
It is a good venue to play. So, do you guys have an idea when your new album is going to come out?
Probably about this time next year,
Right.
I'd say. You know, you don't want to rush it or force anything.
Absolutely.
But we got about 8 in the can. So, I got about 40 just half-written songs, you know, it's floating around. But 8 in the can, you know, and you want to kind of look at I still like to do albums instead of throwing out singles, you know. So I kind of like to, you know, start it off and then you bring it down and go up. And
It's interesting though that you mentioned that because a lot of the new bands or the bands that are touring through Albuquerque are telling me that the best way to do it now is like an EP, 4 songs and
Yeah.
just get it out there.
Yeah.
What do you?
We're too old school.
Yeah, I think we're old school. We still believe in the album, you know.
Me and Tim were talking about that. I remember the good old days when we got a Rolling Stones album and had
Yeah.
a pair of panties in it. And
you get to
just
see the
stick with it,
artwork,
yeah.
you know, and you have original music for like more than an hour, you know. And yeah, I'm all about that too. So
So you have your self-titled Chris Kill album.
Right.
And where can people get that if they want to buy a copy?
You can get that on iTunes and Amazon.com, CD Baby, and ChrisKill.com, our website, which is always updated. And you can come check out, see what shows, where we're playing, and get some merchandise and whatnot.
Or you can get them from us directly at the shows. You guys come out and see us.
Right on. So this episode has been brought to you by the Santa Fe Brewing Company and Bailey's on. Give me the address one more time.
Bailey's on the beach. We're at 2929 Monte Vista, right at Girard and Monte Vista and Central.
Okay.
Right by the police station.
Right by the police station.
Can't miss it.
This guy's the manager, and he wanted to, if you guys come down and say that you saw this interview, that he'll give you something. What do you want to do?
I don't know. I'll give you something. Just come see me.
Come see me, and
it'll be good.
We'll hook you up at Bailey's. Gentlemen, thank you very much for taking time out of your birthday. Happy birthday, by the way.
Yeah, we're getting ready to go get crazy.
And you can check this whole interview out on MUSICUNIGHT.com. Thank you very much.
Peace out.
Thanks for having us.
Sweet.
Sitting here smelling other people's sins, waiting for my name to be called. My back hurts, my neck aches, my head is spinning, coming down from alcohol. It was the prettiest day I'd ever seen. Birds were singing up above and the grass so green. Hadn't seen my brother for so very long. How was I to know I'd have to write this song? They took my money, said what's the hurry? Let's see what else we can find. Well, I crossed the county and now I'm doing county time. I was spring, so I took the lead role. Now I'm acting out in a prison show. Searched and cuffed and hauled away. Lord knows the guards got paid that day when they took my money. Said what's the hurry? Let's see what else we can find. Well, I crossed the county and left my freedom behind. Bring it on down now and do a little time. I play gin rummy now for my pie. Yes, I do. You know I do. Just make sure nobody stares me in the eye. They took my money, said what's the hurry? Let's see what else we can find. Well, I crossed the county and left my freedom behind. They took my money, said what's the hurry? Let's see what else we make mine. Ooh, yeah. I crossed that county, now I'm doing county time. And now I crossed that county and left my freedom behind. And now I crossed that county. Somebody get Governor Johnson on the